Have you ever stopped and wondered why chicken is one of the cheapest meats you can buy, yet many Asian countries still eat a lot less chicken compared to Americans or Europeans? It sounds strange, right? You'd think that if something is cheap, tasty, and healthy, people would eat tons of it. But if we look at global consumption statistics, the difference is shocking. In the United States, the average person eats more than 50 kilograms of chicken per year. In some countries in Europe, it's between 30 and 40 kilograms per person per year. But in many Asian countries, especially in South and Southeast Asia, the average annual chicken consumption is far lower, sometimes only 5 to 10 kilograms per person. Why is that? Why do so many families in Asia still treat chicken as a special occasion food, while in the West, it's basically an everyday protein source? Well, today we're going to dive deep into this topic, uncover the cultural, historical, and even psychological reasons behind this difference, and by the end of this video, you might never look at your next plate of fried chicken the same way again. Let's start with something most of us don't think about: the cultural foundation of our diets. In much of Asia, meals are traditionally built around grains and vegetables. Think about it: rice in China, Japan, Vietnam, and Thailand, noodles and soy-based dishes in East Asia, rice and lentils in India, and so on. Meat, historically, was more of a side dish, used to flavor the meal rather than dominate it. A typical Asian family meal might consist of a large bowl of rice, a vegetable stir-fry, some soup, and maybe a small plate of meat to share. The meat isn't the main star, it's just one element of a balanced meal. This is very different from the Western model of a dinner plate, where the centerpiece is usually a large portion of meat, steak, roast chicken, pork chops, with vegetables or potatoes on the side. In other words, chicken has always played a smaller role in the Asian meal format, which means even when chicken becomes cheaper, it doesn't automatically become the center of the meal the way it does in the West. Another fascinating point is that in many parts of Asia, chicken used to be considered a luxury. If you ask your grandparents, they might tell you that when they were children, having chicken for dinner was a big deal. It was something reserved for festivals, weddings, or New Year celebrations. There's even a saying in some Asian cultures that a chicken on the table means prosperity. This cultural memory is very strong. Even though chicken farming has become much more industrialized and affordable in the last few decades, the idea that chicken is a special food lingers in the collective consciousness. So families might still save chicken for Sundays, for special guests, or for important family gatherings. That means people simply don't build a habit of eating chicken every single day, even if they can afford to do so now. Now let's talk about history and economics, because they play a much bigger role than we realize. In the United States and parts of Europe, the poultry industry industrialized much earlier. In the mid-20th century, American farmers began breeding chickens specifically for meat, creating the broiler chicken industry. They optimized feed, growth rates, and farming techniques to make chicken not only cheap but extremely consistent in size and quality. This was combined with massive marketing campaigns. Think about fast food chains like KFC, Chick-fil-A, Popeyes, that turned chicken into an everyday food item. By the 1970s, chicken had already replaced beef as the most consumed meat in the U.S. This early adoption created a culture where chicken was just another part of daily life. In contrast, many Asian countries took longer to develop large-scale poultry farming. For a long time, chickens were kept mainly for eggs, not meat. People would let chickens roam freely, and when they needed meat, they would slaughter one, but that didn't happen very often. This meant chicken was relatively expensive compared to fish or pork, which were easier to produce in larger quantities. Even when prices dropped, the habit of eating chicken daily simply wasn't there, and habits take a long time to change. Then there's the matter of cooking style and convenience. Western countries embraced the ready-to-cook and ready-to-eat chicken revolution. Boneless chicken breast became a staple in every supermarket, pre-cut and packaged. Frozen chicken nuggets, rotisserie chicken, fried chicken buckets, these products made it incredibly easy to eat chicken at home or on the go. In Asia, on the other hand, many people still buy whole chickens and prepare them from scratch. The process of chopping, marinating, and cooking can take a lot of time. Traditional recipes like chicken soup, braised chicken, or chicken curry are not always quick to make. In today's busy world, that can be a barrier to eating chicken frequently. And let's not forget that some people in Asia even prefer their chicken with the head and feet still attached, which can be intimidating to prepare for younger generations who are used to convenience foods. Flavor preference also plays a role. In the West, people love the mild taste of chicken because it's versatile. You can grill it, fry it, roast it, or put it in a sandwich. But in some Asian cuisines, chicken is considered less flavorful than pork or beef. Pork, in particular, is extremely popular in countries like China, Vietnam, and the Philippines. Many iconic dishes are pork-based: char siu, crispy pork belly, banh mi with pork, adobo with pork. As a result, chicken simply has more competition on the dinner table. Religion and social norms also affect chicken consumption. In India, for instance, a significant portion of the population practices vegetarianism due to Hindu or Jain traditions. Even those who do eat meat might avoid it on certain days for religious reasons. In Muslim-majority countries, chicken consumption is higher because chicken is halal and often preferred over pork, but in other places, religious or cultural rules might still limit how often it is eaten. There's another interesting angle here: health perceptions. In the West, chicken is marketed as a healthy, lean source of protein. Fitness influencers, nutritionists, and weight loss gurus constantly recommend chicken breast as a diet staple. In Asia, while people also recognize that chicken is healthy, there are some traditional beliefs that influence when and how it is eaten. In traditional Chinese medicine, for example, chicken is considered a warming food, so some people avoid it in hot weather or when they have certain health conditions. Pregnant women might be told to eat more chicken soup for recovery, but ordinary adults may not feel the need to eat chicken every day for health reasons. Of course, we also have to talk about the rise of fast food culture. In the United States, fried chicken chains are everywhere. You can get fried chicken at gas stations, supermarkets, food trucks. It's practically unavoidable. In Asia, fast food fried chicken is very popular, but it's often seen as a treat rather than a daily meal. People go to KFC or Jollibee as a weekend outing with friends or family, not as their default lunch every day. That keeps per capita chicken consumption lower compared to the West, where grabbing a chicken sandwich at a drive-thru is considered completely normal. When we put all of these factors together, we see a clear picture: the reason Asians eat less chicken isn't just about price. It's a combination of deep-rooted cultural habits, historical scarcity, cooking traditions, competing proteins like pork and fish, religious influences, and even marketing differences. Chicken is cheap now, yes, but culture takes time to catch up to economics. But here's an interesting twist: this is starting to change. In the last decade, chicken consumption in Asia has been rising rapidly. Urbanization is a big driver. As more people move to cities, they have less time to cook, and they start buying pre-cut or ready-to-cook chicken. Supermarkets are introducing more convenient chicken products. Western fast food culture is also making chicken more everyday. Young people are eating more fried chicken, chicken burgers, and grilled chicken than their parents did. If this trend continues, we might see chicken eventually overtaking pork as the top meat in Asia, just like it already has in the United States. So, what do you think? Are you someone who loves chicken and eats it multiple times a week, or do you still save it for special occasions? Do you prefer fried chicken like in the US, or do you like traditional Asian recipes like chicken pho, Hainanese chicken rice, or spicy chicken curry? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your perspective. And if you found this video interesting, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more fascinating deep dives into food, culture, and history.